So Mortal Kombat 11 might be delayed on Switch. Well, at least in Europe, although it wouldn't be surprising if this ended up being a delay across the board. Now, I got this report from comicbook.com, who has noticed that the release date for Mortal Kombat in Europe, at least in the UK and France, on Amazon pages and on the Warner Brothers official listing as well, which owns some copyrights for the IP, well, they've changed the release date from April 23rd to May 10th for the Nintendo Switch version. Now, this date has not been changed in the United States yet, but this could be a sign of things to come. So, just looking at the article itself here, it says that Amazon and a few other European retailers have recently updated the release date for the Switch version of Mortal Kombat 11, now showing it for release on May 10th. You can see that through the Amazon UK listing and the Amazon France product page. For that matter, the official Warner Brothers UK store also has the Switch version dated for May 10th, even though the company has not provided an official update on what's happening just yet. The comicbook.com did reach out to the publisher, and they haven't heard anything. The game is still listed for April 23rd in the United States. They also mention how NetherRealm, the company that is porting the game, might just need more time to get that version right, because obviously it might be in high demand because it will be the only version of the game that you could take on the go. Now, it's not surprising. We saw this happen with games last year. Granted, this isn't as big of a delay, but it's still like, April to May is over a month delay. So it's not exactly a good delay, but it's better than we got last year with Dark Souls Remastered. If you remember, Dark Souls Remastered was unveiled in a Nintendo Direct at the end. It was unveiled for Switch first before anyone else knew if it was coming to their platforms. Obviously, same day it was announced to come to everything, but then it was the Switch version that didn't come out till months and months later. And it's a little disappointing because I always figured by the time we got to 2019 that we would finally start getting day and date releases for major AAA games. And I thought when Mortal Kombat 11 was initially announced and then confirmed for Switch literally that same day during the Game Awards, that meant we were finally going to have a day and date release. Now, we still might in the United States. It's entirely possible that they're delaying the release in Europe because they can't get a hold of enough cartridges. That has been an issue for games in the past, like Octopath Traveler. So maybe they're just like, look, instead of us trying to release this worldwide thing, let's limit it to the countries that we know it's going to sell best in, and then trickle it out to other countries later. And I know no one wants to hear that that's a distinct possibility, but it is. Until we see it officially delayed through an announcement or also have all the dates changed in the U.S., at this point, you just have to presume it's going to be arriving on April 23rd in the U.S. However, it could just be that this is just Europe and Warner Brothers in Europe just kind of being ahead of the game, and soon it's going to be delayed everywhere. It's entirely possible. We have seen this play out on Switch numerous times. It is rare that we get a AAA game on Switch day and date with every other version. NBA 2K and, well, WWE 2K18. That was a disaster. That should just not even exist. But the NBA 2K games have been day and date, at least this year. Last year, the digital version was day and date, but the physical version was like a month later. That was strange. But this year, well, the physical and the digital were day and date. So it got better, and I thought this is what we were going to see this year. I'm already concerned that Doom Eternal might get delayed because, after all, I know Panic Button's handling that port, and they are amazing, and they're awesome. And if any one of these companies, Virtuous, Panic Button, NetherRealm, like if any of them has a possibility of being day and date release, it would be someone like Panic Button. But again, it could get delayed as well. So it's frustrating, I guess. On the plus side, it should mean that whatever we end up getting ends up being really, really good. Dark Souls Remastered was delayed on Switch, and when we finally got it, it ended up being pretty damn good. Yeah, obviously, other versions on PlayStation 4 or whatever might be better. Dark Souls Remastered is kind of a controversial remaster anyways, because some people feel like it kind of ruined the atmosphere a little bit, maybe took a little bit out of the game. So that's neither here nor there. That's probably a bad example of a port, but it's just, I look at this as a frustrating moment for Switch owners who don't want to have to wait an extra month plus to play Mortal Kombat 11, and also like a frustration of when are we going to get day-and-date releases? Like, when are these companies going to prioritize the Switch version on equal terms with all of the other versions of the game? Because you know if this game was not ready to go on PlayStation 4 but was ready to go on Switch and Xbox, they would delay the game so it could all release at the same time. You know that is the case. So, I don't know. It's a little frustrating, but at least we're still getting the game, and that's obviously what's most important. Now, personally, I don't really care too much for Mortal Kombat 11. I'm thrilled we have it. I'm just not a big fighting game guy, but I am a bit frustrated to see another AAA game kind of pushed off of the release date of all the other platforms. I'm really concerned about Doom Eternal because I am going to be picking that up. I am worried that's not going to be day-and-date release again. We haven't heard anything about that yet, but it seems to be a recurring theme with the platform. If it's not NBA, it's probably going to be delayed. Like, that's just how it goes. So I'm hoping that this trend goes away. And I'm hoping that this, in particular, this May 10th date is just a European thing, although I feel bad for the UK, France, and all the countries over there that are going to have to deal with that delay. I don't think it's fair. Like, if we end up getting it in the US and you don't get it there, even on the eShop, like, it would be fine, like, fine, delay the physical version, but at least give them the digital. But I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the system is region free, so I guess you could import and stuff like that. But I don't honestly like this decision. But do I want all platforms delayed just for Switch? I don't know. I know if it was PlayStation 4, they would just do it anyways. But for just Switch, I don't think they're going to, because I don't think a majority of their sales of this game is going to be on Switch. But yeah, I just really want to see equal treatment to Switch, and it's just frustrating. It's a growing frustration. Like, I understood why, obviously, Doom wasn't day-and-date. Switch didn't exist or wasn't out publicly when Doom released. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, I tried to give some leeway to, because they probably didn't decide until well into development that they were going to bring that to Switch. So I kind of gave that some leeway. We got LA Noire remastered on day-and-date time. We got NBA day-and-date. WWE I already mentioned. But then, we saw things like Dark Souls Remastered get delayed. When that was initially announced for Switch, which made no sense to delay that when you announced it for Switch, and people were playing demos of the Switch version like within days of it being announced. It was crazy. Like, we got to see what the Switch version looked like, and they still had to delay it. Now, obviously, you assume the delay was worthwhile because there must have been something massively wrong with it or massively broken, but it's frustrating. And if you're a Mortal Kombat 11, a Mortal Kombat fan in general, let alone someone planning to get 11, and you were thinking of getting it for Switch just so you could play it in every situation, on the go, at home, wherever, this is obviously something to pay attention to. Again, it is not officially delayed yet in the U.S. or in Japan, but it is delayed in Europe, it looks like. Not only just because retailer listings, but because WB themselves have changed the date on their website to May 10th. If they did it, this isn't just like a retailer thing. This is the retailers updating to conform with one of the IP holders for it changing the date. So, again, there should be an official announcement, hopefully soon. Maybe not. Sometimes companies don't even officially announce delays. They just happen, and they hope they sweep it under the rug. And I hope that's not the case here. And I hope that it's just delayed for Europe. But if it is delayed worldwide, it just sucks. It's just, when are we going to start getting that equal treatment? I don't know. It's frustrating, but for me personally, in this case, it doesn't affect me as much because I wasn't planning to buy it anyways, but I feel for you out there that were. Anyways, that's all I really have to say on this. You guys let me know your thoughts on the potential of Mortal Kombat 11 being delayed worldwide, definitely delayed in Europe. Why is this the case? What do you think is causing the delay? All that stuff. Remember, Switch has basically been around almost the entire time this game was in development, so should have sort of been considered for the platform the whole time if they were going to make the Switch, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me hoping, and they just decided at the last minute. Anyways, be sure to enter our Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Bundle giveaway through the Gleam.io link down in the description. And you know what? I'm Nathaniel Rufflegents. Drop that like on this video, leave a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.